remember there was this guy that I used to see in the smoking area of the George every single time I went in. I'd only ever see him there. And he'd be off kind of at the side, you know, on the periphery, while everyone else would be kind of like milling around. And, you know, for whatever reason, I find myself drawn to people who are on the periphery, people who don't even fit in with their own minorities. Do you know what I mean? I sort of see them there on the edge, and I'm like, I don't know where you're going, but take me with you. So anyway, I used to see this guy around the place in the smoking area of the George. Let's call him George to protect his anonymity. So I'd see George there, and, you know, I remember the week of the marriage equality referendum, seeing him there, and kind of sidled up to him, and we had one of our usual little catch-ups. And I was saying to him, I was like, this is fucking amazing, isn't it? You know, you have lived through the decriminalisation of homosexuality and the AIDS crisis, and now we voted in marriage equality by popular consensus. I mean, how does it feel, George? And he sort of fixed me with a death stare. And he said, well, Stefan. And he's got a sort of sibilant S, you know, because he's a distasteful homosexual. And he said, well, Stefan, some of us never necessarily wanted to get married. And some of us just wanted to go up the Phoenix Park and get the ride and get fucked in the ass, Stefan. And we wanted to go to the Boilerhouse and suck cocks, or we wanted to go to leather bars. And do you know who you'd see in those bars? Do you know who you'd see, Stefan? You would see Anne Doyle. A leather bar was not a leather bar in the 1980s without Anne Doyle sat there at the bar, Campari in hand, with two leather daddies either side of her, and you'd be there getting pissed on by some plumber from Ballyfermot, and some of us just wanted to get pissed on in front of Anne Doyle. Is that so much to ask? In post-marriage equality Ireland? I was like, George, you're kind of speaking my language. And then he lit himself up a little cigarette, took a drag, and sang me a little song right there in the smoking area. And it went a little something like this. Now, listen up. Here's a story about a little guy who lives in a blue world. And all day and all night, everything is blue for him and himself and everybody else. Blue, his house, with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody else. 'Cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I'm blue, dabba-dee-dabba-die, 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 dabba-dee-dabba-die. I have a blue house with a blue window. Blue is the color of all that I wear. Blue, all the trees and all the streets are blue. I have a girlfriend, and she is so blue. Blue are the people here that walk around. Blue like my Corvette is waiting outside. Blue are the words I say and what I think. Blue are these feelings that live inside me. I'm blue, da-da-dee-da-ba-die, da-da-dee-da-ba-die, da-da-dee-da-ba-die.
George! Why have you forsaken us? Why have you forsaken us, George? We weren't ready for you to go yet. Where are the unapologetic faggots having sex in public toilets, getting caught, outed, and writing fucking disco songs about it? Outside was a huge hit. It was a huge hit, George, because I don't know about all of this respectability, George. Lo, you may sanitize my hands, but my faggotry will not be sanitized. Do you know what these respectable gays do? Do you know what they do, George? They lift the ladder up after themselves, and they leave the rest of us faggots down here on our knees.
Fortunately, I do very well on my knees.
I'm blue, dabba-dee-dabba-die, 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 dabba-dee-dabba-die.